Hello and welcome back to the channel, everyone. And for those of you that have never been here, welcome. In this episode, I'm going to break down the full-scale deal on how to laminate whitetail, at least the way I did it. Would I do it differently today? Probably, but there's some really cool ideas. My name is Jeff Moore. I'm the Northwoods Carver, and thanks for seeing what I saw.
Double Q.
Well, this is as good a place as any to start. So there's a picture of a mallet that I've had for a long time. No, just kidding. So this is the pieces that I picked out to create the head for one of them. And this is the head all laminated out. This is also a body block. Now, what you got to pay attention to is a little bit later on, you'll see how this all worked out, but you'll see the lines where I added pieces and parts. Yeah, those are golf tees. I use them to fill the holes of the screws that I use. Once I pull the screws, those get put in place. So yeah, so we've got adding legs, but here they come. So you're gonna see what looks like big splits, but they're really not splits. It's really cool. So what happened was I had a hard time with getting the things perfectly flat. I did not have the tools at the time that I did this. So I basically pour coated them so that they were all flat. So I would take a section in the beginning. If you go back and watch, you'll see what it was, how I laminated them together. Instead of just doing it wood on wood with a laminate between, I basically laminated a self-leveling compound on, or poured it on there and let it get perfectly flat. Then I did the other section that I was gonna laminate to it, and when it was all said and done, I just put a little SC110, which is the compound that I use, between the two pour coated sections, and I was able, as you can see in this picture, you'll see a nice thick line of pour coat, and they're both bonded together. It's a optical illusion. It looks like there's a big crack there, but there is not. And I just wanted to do it just to do it. That's all I can say. Just a little obsessive, just a bit. But this was going to be the second. This is the actual, where you can see in the neckline. So we're just finishing up the furring, and there you go. There, that looks like a big crack, but it's not. It's completely sealed. It's just crystal clear. So anyway, we're getting everything figured out as far as the angles. We want the antlers to not touch at all, so that's a thing. So that is the thing, and the other thing that was the elephant in the room was what happens when these things settle. Are they going to settle on one another and break off? I don't even want to think about it. So, showing off some of the detail work, musculature, things like that. Of course, I I exaggerate everything when I do my art, so it just makes it more fun. So I leave some things rough, and some things exaggeratedly overdone. That's my style. Just random precision, And during this time, by the way, I had friend Corey Warden come by. He helped me wrap up these deer. These guys were pretty close, but when it was done, I had Corey Corey is very meticulous, and he's very good at doing details. So I had him dial in my antlers to make them look better, because they looked all right, but he made them look great. He spent a lot more time than I probably would have. I was doing all the furring while he was off doing the antlers, and also the hooves. He did the bottoms of the hooves, and he made them look nice, way nicer than I would have. I'm a total package guy. He's more of like, he can like take things and like individually just make them really good. So thanks for that, Corey. So we're getting a little further on down the project. We had to mock up a steel frame that's going to go underneath these guys. It's going to get buried in the ground. But I'll explain that more in detail a little bit later. So like right now, I think I'm just going to like hang out with you guys while we all kind of watch this whole video go down, and hopefully it won't go down in flames.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, so now we're back, and we brought this into my dining room, man. We took the kitchen, or the table and chairs out, and spread drop cloths and plastic out, and you can see we're just laying down the base colors, so you can see all the work. That's a little further on, but I really wanted to, this is after getting some of the colors down and whitening things up. It was fun because I could tilt these deer back and get the angles I needed, and it was pretty cool to do it. But here you can see where I'm concentrating on those eyes. I wanted the eyes to look a little bit more lifelike, so I put a little bit of that pinkish look, that flesh tone there, and in the mouth, and so I mean it's a decent, in my opinion, it's a good representation, or a decent representation of the first one, but I think with some upgrades in some ways. As you can see, the eyes, they got that little glint, but yeah. So this was literally in my dining room. I sat on the floor and I think I ate pizza or hot wings or something. Because once I got down on the floor, it was all over but the crying. I took probably 12 hours per side. Here we are in at the Whitetail Properties home office in Pittsfield. And you can see the steel frame, and you can see the steel bar that supports the deer. And there she is, all dialed up. This is the install. So I have my buddy Jeremiah Dillman and my son William helping me out on this one. We built this big steel thing that we were going to bury, but it was too big, and we had to cut it all down, and make it work, and it actually worked better than the original plan. So here's to thinking on the fly. Yeah, there's the mulch, and the deer are happily back where they belong. Of course, it's a first-time adventure for these two, not just the deer, but Jeremiah and William. And here's the end. This is the wrap. I'm really happy the way they turned out, and there's some pretty cool pictures. And we're getting right up towards the end, so I'm just gonna say thanks to everyone that has been hanging out with me watching this video, the slideshow. Hopefully it wasn't too lame, and hopefully maybe somebody might learn something on what to do or possibly what not to do. I know I did. Well, I guess it's time to close this video out, and just thanks everyone, and thanks for seeing what I saw.